Cranky Gamers.
Hi everybody, here we are for a bonus Cranky Gamers UK, and it is, of course, we could not leave what we've just witnessed for about way less than what was rumoured. The Sony event was being talked about for about an hour and a half. Many rumours flying. We'll come to that in a minute. It's just me and Ricky. We're literally going to do this. Sorry, Ricky. How are
you? Hello. How you doing?
Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Let's cover a few things. Me and Ricky we've had loads of rumours flying about. There was so many rumours about this event. I've never heard so many rumours. And some pretty concrete, to be fair, that was flying about. Some really interesting things. We'll come to the bit about the games as well, because there was many rumours about games, and they literally, but as I say, we'll come to it. So we'll have a bit of fun, because the rumours was, there was a very, very strong thing flying around pre-show late last night, midnight, that there was actually going to release a modular PlayStation, meaning that the hard drive, RAM and graphics card was going to be upgradable. Me and Ricky had a chat beforehand. I was heartbroken. I thought that was not the way to go. Please don't.
I was swinging from the chandeliers.
And you was going, yeah, a PC, I can take one with me. But all this business. So we'll come to what was announced in a minute. We also had a little friendly bet, because I have said all along it's coming out this year. I will admit that deep down, and I said this on the show, I cannot fathom how they're going to get it out this year with the tech needed.
And what amazed me was this must have been in development at E3.
Well, we'll talk about
how they
this.
Sat on their hands.
We'll talk about this, because we're obviously going to get to what it is. Because I mean, basically, we had a friendly £5 bet. I've always said it's coming out this year. Ricky said it wasn't, so he now has started my PlayStation fund off very nicely, or he should have by the time we've recorded this. Anyway, let's crack on. It started very nice, quiet theatre. It looked no whooping and hollering this time, which was pleasant.
No, it was quiet.
Well, let's get the first thing out of the way. The much talked about, unboxed, everybody's seen PS4 Slim. Came out straight away. They got that out of the way. It was what everybody's seen.
He didn't do much to kind of buzz it up. He just said,
"No,
hi everybody, the Slim's coming out."
Yeah, but what he did stress, and this is vitally important, I virtually got this 100% right on Sunday, because I said it was going to be the PlayStation going forward, which it is. He said that. This is going to be now the new
casual gamer, didn't he?
Basically, no. The PlayStation 4 as we have is going to be no more. It's going to be faded out.
He won't buy them anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be faded out, and then the new one will be the Slim going forward. Yeah. September the 15th, I apologise for being a day out. I said the 14th.
He's hopelessly going.
I know, I'm useless. But then that was it. It was off. And let's kick off then, because I've got some notes and Ricky has, and he just basically wanted to, and I was panicking here, and I'm glad we talked about what I said about the modular, because he started off talking about things like the future of gaming and where we've been and where we're heading, and I'm thinking, oh my God, no, he's just heading down this road. He's going to bring out, we've got future of gaming. He also said they've sold 40 million units. But I'll tell you what I did notice as well, straight from the off. Oh, by the way, the PS4 Slim was being told at £249, which is...
£259.
£259, sorry, which is a great price. It's actually £50 less than the RRP is now.
Yeah. What's the price that we got? I was going to get... You remember the other week?
We was going to buy one for 260.
We were, weren't we?
So it was bang on.
But the guy was wanting 300, wasn't he, originally?
I think you'd have got 260 if you'd have pushed him. But anyway, what I wanted to bring, he really stressed, and I think this was what they had to do. They stressed the point of being how important that the whole PlayStation family is. That the basic version is for people, because we discussed this prior to the show, didn't we?
Yeah.
The PlayStation 4 moving forward is for everybody. Your normal PlayStation is for everyday gamers. The one we're going to talk about in a minute is for hardcore gamers. And I think he actually used the words hardcore gamer throughout the show. But he then went on to talk about, he said that the current display has been maxed out for a number of years. Well, we've all known that anyway. The 1080p is the max that you can get. But then they went on, and he jumped straight in. He just literally went, And moving forward, we are now going to have the PlayStation Pro. So that actually relaxed my heart, because I then knew instantly there was going to be no modular system. So that killed that dead. The PlayStation Pro is a great name. I don't know what you think about it. What about your thoughts on the
PS4
name?
Pro, it's fine. You got the Slim and the Pro.
It's the kind of market they aim in. It's exactly what he said at the start, saying, we're a family. This is for your casual gamer. This is now for the hardcore gamer, which I thought, that speaks about right. The Pro version, it's a good wording. He then said that, and I'm going to bring it up here because this has been, it kicked off with this, and I think this is one of the most vital points that's going to be talked about, and probably people are probably going to be confused because we have been for months. The massive news, in my opinion, of this entire operation, me and Ricky have just discussed it as well, somehow, God knows how, because he actually said on stage, this machine is going to play proper 4K games. So let's get it out of the way. Your Xbox One S currently supports upscaled, which my TV.
What does that mean? Is that that like 2K? Is that right?
No. Upscaled means my TV upscales. It basically tries to push a 4K signal to normal pictures. It can't do it. Interpolates it. You know the old interpolation thing?
Yeah.
Can you remember back in the day when you had DVDs and they upscaled them if you didn't have a proper DVD thing? It's all about upscaling. It interpolates, it puts extra pixels in where they aren't. It's basically guesswork.
Yeah.
It looks better. It looks nicer.
Yeah.
It literally falls in the line of normal gaming picture, Xbox One S upscaled, nice picture, 4K gaming, the best you can get in today's technology. And the big thing I want to address, like I've just said, I was stunned when he said this, because 4K gaming shouldn't be able to be produced, especially by a console. They didn't actually go into the technical whys and wherefores. They said they doubled the GPU speed, they'd increased the clock speed. They didn't give any fancy numbers. They just gave a baseline. But what's your thoughts on 4K gaming? It's blown my mind.
Well, I mean, I've thought in my ignorance that the Xbox was doing this, but I didn't realise it was upscaling. So there was my first sort of hammer to drop, really. So I didn't think that they'd have anything out this year. That would be because we kind of spoke about it beforehand. Like, you know,
don't give the date.
VR, no, but VR and new tech, new machines. There's so much, and we said if you've only got,
we've been saying it, haven't we?
Where'd you put your money?
Why would our Sony? But you know what?
Which horse do you bet on? I suppose it suits whatever you.
What I said to you. What I said to you prior to the show, didn't I? I said to you, it falls into a category. It's not forcing you to buy it, and I also said to you, it's not going anywhere. If you can't afford one this year, if you don't want one this year, it's not going nowhere. I think I just want to jump because you mentioned VR. I think let's get this out of the way. I bet you smiled at this because I smiled. And I think this is exceptionally important, like really important. And they only kind of slightly touched on it. They said that the PS Pro is going to be better for VR. And the big thing about VR, people need to know this right away. Currently, a lot of VR players are feeling sick.
Yeah.
And it's the magic 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Sony have even stated that every single VR game that comes out on the PS Slim has to be 60 frames per second. But it's well known in the industry, even a 60 frames per second VR experience can still cause sickness because it's like right on the borderline.
Yeah.
Well, they came out and said the PS Pro can double that straight away. 120 frames per second and create better graphics as well.
Yeah.
All the gaming videos they showed, in the audience, it was being cinematically put onto their screen in 4K. But what they have said, and I've just said to Ricky, I can't wait for this, they're going to put them out, whether it's YouTube or another service or somewhere, that all the videos we've seen tonight, I'm going to be able to watch in actual 4K. And then I will get the true experience of seeing what the machine can do.
Yep.
Which I can't wait personally. But it all falls back, you do need a 4K TV. Now, this is the chestnut as well. You spoke about this. We spoke about it on the show. If you want the full PS Pro 4K gaming experience, obvious logic pertains that you have to have a 4K TV. That shouldn't stop you buying a PS Pro if you've not got one. Because they've said you can play it normally. And what I did like as well, all the amount of developers that's already made old games with patches ready now for 4K gaming, which is like, wow. Mm-hmm. Shadows of Mordor was being shown.
I mean, that was quite impressive. I mean, that's like 3 years old, 2 years old, isn't it? And
do you know what I think as well? What I did like about that part? They've already said that a few developed third party and first parties are going to throw patches out. Shadow of Mordor's done it. A couple of other games did it. But do you know what I think that sets? That makes all the other developers kick themselves up the backside.
Yeah.
And says, whoa, hold on a minute. If these are getting a patch out to make this look shiny, come on, get in the office, get your pens and pencils out. Let's get this patch. And I think we head in, well, we are. We head in that way, aren't we? Simple as.
Yeah.
But,
what do you think about the size of the hard drive out of the box? 1 terabyte.
1 terabyte. Well, I will say it's an SSD drive as well, don't forget. Solid state drive this time, which actually is
upgradable.
It's got to be. Sony have never, ever... Let's just clear it up. Sony have always had their hard drives upgradable, but they've never actually said it on stage.
Yeah, because somebody's put up on Facebook quite a good point, actually, because if you're playing 4K games and you're installing... They're massive. I mean, like... On Sky, I think the Martian Martian's about 30 gig.
Can I just say, in my first week of getting it, I was looking at 4K games on the internet, and not 4K games, 4K films, and I can tell you now that the Martian was 57 gigs big.
Right, yes. I think it's 30 or 40 odd on just downloading on Sky, but that's not 4K.
No,
that
Sky's
is
2.46.
Yes.
So there we go. That just proves it again.
Yeah, you're going to need 4 terabytes, I think, if you're going to be wanting to.
And I think, like I say, Sony's machines have always been upgradable.
Or 8. So they do 8 terabyte? That's going to cost you hundreds, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I do believe, don't quote me on this, but I think I've seen in one of the unboxings of the Slim, somebody showed the door where it is showing that drive can be upgradable.
Yeah, it looks pretty snap in, snap out.
It's literally a one screw again. Sony have made upgrading your drive so simple all the time. It's a 5-minute job.
Just need to do the GPU and the RAM.
It's not happening, mate. I'm glad as
not this gen anyway.
Anyway, let's just reel a couple of games that they showed. They did a video reel. Spider-Man, For Honor.
That looked really nice, didn't it? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man looked lovely, didn't it?
I thought it was Watch Dogs.
I did when it come up the city, and then Spider-Man sat on the street light. It then showed Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, Watch Dogs 2, Killing Floor. I've not heard of that one, but then. I've got to say that one of the best guys in the world, I could sit and let this guy read me a bedtime story.
Mark
Cerny is the guy who actually invented Crash Bandicoot. He's one of the leading programmers. He actually made the stuff about the PS4, and he's obviously been heavily involved in this one. He came out to talk about 4K from a technical point of view. It is. It was tech porn, and I kind of like the way he kind of made it simplistic for most people, but for people that did know a bit about it, he actually touched on that as well. But he touched on the 4K signal, the type of what 4K really is, but then they're really heavy on this high dynamic range. They are absolutely got both feet in the water up to the knees with high dynamic range. And one thing I want to bring out straight away, they drop the mic at the end. An update firmware for the current PS4 next week will bring HDR to that console. Wow. I'm going to have better, shinier looking games, which is brilliant. So.
Will it be like when you get new headphones, you always go back to old albums and you want to listen to them? They always sound a bit different. Will you go back to old games and pop them in and just say, what does that one look like? What does that one look like? And what does that one look like?
What am I renowned for?
Not going back.
I never go back.
No.
But do you know instantly, and I'll tell you this what happened, when they showed Tomb Raider, they showed a video clip of Tomb Raider, I'm not really intending on buying that.
Is that the new one?
That's the new one that's coming out, because don't forget Sony have not had it. Yeah. There's a VR section in it as well, so it ticks all the boxes, seriously. So this VR section, it's going to be 4K, and I'm thinking, well, just here, take my money. They showed some more things, but the high dynamic range they really went to town on that. They showed infamous light.
Kind of explained about what it was. I mean, 4K I get is 4 times more than 1080.
Do you know what?
HDR, you were mentioning this the other day. You buy a 4K telly, but you've got to make sure it's got HDR on it. Because there are 4K with and 4K without.
And can I just state this? There's
usually about 200 quid difference, isn't there?
Do you know when I went heavy on you, and I think you actually might have been sat there thinking to yourself, well, really, what does it matter?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
But I'm going to tell you now, the way that Sony presented that show
Yeah, made
talking
sense.
HDR proves how big they're going for it. And I like the way they did do it, because what they actually did for like a dumbed down version, they showed like a colour chart that you get on a computer from the scale of the white. They showed about 250 tiny little boxes, which is the current standard colour palette of gaming machines or films. They then changed that picture. In the background, they didn't show us the full picture, but I saw it in the background. And they're showing you the high dynamic range one. And it literally put another 1,000 squares on the screen. So you can imagine. And what they did as well, they showed a couple of games, again, clever, showed a scene with HDR off and then switched it on. And you could actually, even though we was watching it streamed... I couldn't
really see it on mine, but I think it was that Days Gone, wasn't it?
Days Gone, they turned it on and you could see it. You can see... And another thing they pointed out, what high dynamic range is being used for, it's being used for... to make more realism to games if they can.
Yeah.
So,
what about that scene of California sunset? I mean, that wowed me.
That really wow,
because
didn't it?
They showed it natural. It looked really nice, but the brightness of the sun was dominating the screen. When he flicked it, the brightness was still there, but you could see the dark as well. Do you know what I mean? Both were very clear instead of one dominating. That really stood out big time for me.
A couple of other things to touch on then as we go down the notes. To say they showed a couple of Horizon Zero Dawn in 4K. True 4K gaming, to me, is probably the highlight of next year already. I was excited about that game last year, but for them to keep pumping it, and that clip they showed of that game with that giant giraffe-looking thing.
So here's a big difference. That's obviously that's Sony exclusive, that game, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So there's pro to it, but
can we just, tell you what, let's just talk on games. Let's just, before we move, because we're not going to...
Because we are going to get into more games in a minute.
Let's just talk about games, because the rumours before this, massive, not me, everywhere. Red Dead Redemption was going to be
just you.
About. No, it wasn't. You've only got to go everywhere. In fact, if you actually was listening to IGN, they was talking about it as well.
Before.
They actually thought that they was going to bring... Because it's much rumoured that Sony are close to revealing the HDR remake of Red Dead Redemption. Because don't forget, we haven't had it on the PS4 as an upgrade. They've had it on back compat, but the rumour is they was going to stick it out today on stage.
Right.
The HD remake, but that's not come out. But that brings me on to all the rumours about what people thought were going to be said. New Red Dead Redemption. GTA 6 was even talked about yesterday. But apparently that is in development. But you know how we spoke on the show are they making GTA 6? Apparently it's been in development for 4 years.
Wow.
So I don't know.
That's true.
I do believe that, because GTA 5 took them just over 5 years, didn't it?
Right.
GTA 5 took them 5 years to make.
Yeah, when did that come out?
2 years ago, weren't it?
12, 13.
Do you know that's still selling like crazy, and it's like still high in the charts?
GTA 5 came out before the PS4.
I want to
2009.
I want to talk to you, because I smiled when he talked this lot out, because I know...
So you're going to talk about Call of Duty next?
I'm going to bring Call of Duty in after, because I want to talk about that separately. I want to talk about when he announced, because you said, there's my fiver gone, because the bloke come out on stage for EA and basically said, FIFA 17's in 4K, something else is in 4K.
I
and I thought, well then, Ricky, I'll have my fiver now.
Well, as soon as they mentioned Call of Duty is
Call of Duty that broke
going to be ready,
yeah.
plus FIFA and Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
When he said those three, I thought, well, they're out this year.
Of course they are.
So that means the machines
going
to be as well.
And if you think about it, I tell you what, let's release the date now for the machine. We'll do it now so we can talk about it. They saved it till the end, but we may as well bring it up now because it's relevant. Yeah. The price first, price we'll do second. The release date, because that ties into what Ricky said, he's just said he knew he was in crap with the bet because November the 10th is FIFA 17 or something. COD is coming out November something. He came on the stage first with the news.
Probably November 10th.
And he actually said, I'm pleased to announce that COD out the box is 4K ready. And I'm thinking, it's coming out. And you actually tweeted me, you said, well, that's me done.
Yeah.
So the release date, guys, and this is what I want to touch on for a bit. November the 10th, you are going to be able to get your hands on a PS Pro.
It's perfect timing. It's just like the Xbox.
The price
great timing
is an unbelievable, because I'll tell you now, the IGN were talking 500 quid, $500, big money, big machine, all these bells and whistles. And let's be honest, just before they announced the date and price, we were bantering on Twitter, and I was bantering with 3 or 4 people.
Well, before you work this out right, if you think the Slim at 260 is what it is, same as the current
a little
version.
bit cheaper than the
And
version.
the Pro is double this, double that. It's doubling everything, and 4K 4 times the rate. So you think the price is going to be at least double, but it is. How much?
Price, guys, is £349. Which, let me just say, is the same price, I think, RRP than the PS4 was originally when it came out 2 years ago. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to tell you something now, because I bought a souped-up version from Shop 2. I bought one with all bells and whistles, cameras and stuff in the box, and I paid more than that for my PS4. So the price is amazing, $349. What I want to touch on, I can't believe they've got this out.
Do you think who's it? So they've got 40 million units plus sold, right?
Yeah.
You've got a Slim, which just caters for people who've not got. So people like Steve who might be thinking about buying one.
249 bargain.
Okay, telly, 250, 260. That's his version.
Yeah.
If he wants to enter the market at that point or not, he could go for the Pro.
Yeah.
But people like you and I,
hardcore gamers, as they're actually calling us now. He used the proper words.
Yeah.
He used the words hardcore gamer. I've never known anybody on
stage. Will there be a percentage of? Yeah, there's good. I mean, people are going to upgrade.
Right. Let me put it.
Especially those with 4K tellies, they're going to be straight on this.
You were saying prior to this, who's this market for? And I think now it's been answered, because let's put me and you in the picture. We are hardcore gamers. We have every machine we need, because we love gaming.
Sleep and drink it.
We want a new machine. We're the market. We're the ones that you thought, well, who's going to buy it? We're the people. The hardcore gamers who've already got a PlayStation 4. That's who's going to buy one of these. You might just hold back if you've not got a 4K TV. But I'd be thinking of still getting one.
Well, because it works on the standard.
It works on standard, of course it does. He touched on that.
Slightly better, wasn't it?
He did. He touched on the fact that the PS Pro understands what TV connection it goes into. As soon as it goes into the TV, it knows what to do.
Yep.
There's no jiggery-pokery. He actually said the words, the machine knows what you've got.
Yeah.
Which is good. Really good, I've got to say. So, where are we going now then? COD. Can I just add to COD? I mean, we're not COD fans. We haven't been for a couple of years. But every video I see of that game, I sit there and think, I want this. So they're doing something right. Mass Effect Andromeda was next on the stage. I want to see this in 4K, because that was a cracking clip, I've got to say.
Yeah, it looked good.
It's not been seen before, that clip. The other things they went on now, we're drawing to a close, really, but they announced, again, all 4K people. Really catered for me, this show did, it really did. New Netflix app with 4K content, a new YouTube app with 4K support content, and then the big announcement of the PS4 current version getting an HDR upgrade through firmware. That was a drop the mic and walk off moment.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Pretty much.
See ya. But that's about it, guys. I mean, everything.
And then they showed the pictures, didn't they, at the end? So we talk about the aesthetics. So the Slim is exactly what we saw.
They showed the machines. He got it in his hand.
Cool.
To be honest, I think, to be honest, mate, if you're a listener to this show, I think you'll have seen the pictures already. Yeah.
So what do you think of it? What do you think of it?
I like it. It's nothing fancy. It's basic.
So the only thing
it looks like matte black though, don't it? Looks a bit.
Yeah, it looks nice. But is the power brick in or out?
Didn't say, did he?
We don't know yet, do we?
I'm going to take a guess.
I'm assuming it's in. Well, because that's always the way it's been.
Well, let's just say
but
we'll find out tonight, because all the people at the show are now are able to have a go.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing I'm going to be scanning YouTube tonight you're going to put this on YouTube. I'm going to be scanning YouTube tonight for all the after stuff, because they're going to get hands-on. They're going to say, wow, it's running like this, or power brick this, or whatever. Didn't mention the new controller.
No.
That
cheating? The Elite?
No, not the Elite. The basic DualShock 4 is new now. It's different. It's got a redesign.
Okay, well, maybe
do you know the light bar in the front?
Yeah.
Go and watch the unboxing of the Slim.
I've not seen it.
And they switch it on, and you know the touchpad on the top?
Yeah.
The top of the touchpad lights up as well.
They made thumbsticks a bit more durable.
I think they have. They've made the thumbsticks a bit more. Somebody said they're either a little bit higher or a little bit. It's been a slight revamp.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in the. I'm personally, definitely in the market for a new PS4.
This is where I'm at.
Some kind. So it's this. This is a.
This is where I'm ending it.
I'm getting one.
What are we going to do?
I'm getting one.
Day one.
Probably, yeah.
Right. This is my dilemma.
So I've had FIFA for a couple of weeks. It could be better.
I'm actually going to sit tonight when I finish this show and edited it in a second. I'm actually going to do my banking for a reason.
You do a trade-in on your current one?
I'll just sell it or trade in. I don't know. I'm going to get it from. I'll be on tonight or pre-ordering from Shop 2. I'll have Shop 2 open. In fact, it's already open. As soon as that pre-order goes, it's clicked. The problem I've got, I know personally that because I've already paid for VR.
What are you going to do about VR? Are you still going to?
Oh, definitely, mate. What did they say? VR's going to run like a dream
How much
on the new
is VR
machine.
costing you?
$349.
So you're going to have to spend £700 in the next.
And I've already got my Xbox One S pre-ordered. So I don't know what I'm going to do. This is what I'm telling you now. I'm literally going to finish this show, sit down with a pen and paper. Because we're so close as well, it's like weeks. The Xbox One S comes in, but you see...
About 3 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, 22nd. I'm getting £100 for my Xbox One. So I'm literally getting that for £150. So that's taking a massive chunk out of it. I'm guessing you could probably get $100 for your PS4.
Yeah.
So again, that's taking another $100 off. So it's not a big hit.
It's not 700, is it?
The only thing I'm gonna add up and see my situation and say, look, can I get all three this year? I might have to hold off on one, and I might have to. The strange thing is, and this might surprise a few people. Obviously, to me, as a PlayStation player with VR coming, it makes sense for me to go and cancel my Shop 2 Xbox One pre-order. But I don't want to because I actually like it. I like the look of it. I like the aesthetics of it. I like the size of it.
I do as well.
That brick. It's going to sit at the side of my PlayStation.
Because we want an Xbox to complement our gaming experience. So you might as well have the best one that's available.
So what
I'll probably do the same. I'll probably trade my old one.
Yeah, but what I will just add to everybody, PS4 Pro is top of my list. If financially it's unviable for me right now, I will cancel my Xbox One S because, as I always say to you guys, they're not going anywhere. So I can get one after Christmas, or I can get one, when it's financially viable. But for right now, PS Pro's forward. I'm going to have to do a bit of banking, check it. But are you getting one day one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you pre-ordering?
I have to wait on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do lots of work, stay in lots of hotels, and get lots of Amazon credit in the bank ready for them.
So you'll be pre-ordering from Amazon,
I'm pretty much back to back until about the end of November in terms of my trips. So
trouble is, though, matey, and this is what the good thing is, Amazon take your money. Shop 2 don't. That's why I always jump on straight away.
There'll be plenty. I mean, I got a feeling they're going to make enough of these. I don't think it's going to be like VR.
I think VR's going to be struggling. I know a couple of cranky gamers that have kept their pre-orders.
I think a lot of people will change their. I think a lot of people will move their order off of VR onto this.
Into the thing. Do you know what I know a couple of personal friends on the Cranky Gamers community who have still kept their PlayStation VR pre-order, and they're going to sell it. And I don't blame them, because I stand by my statement that, on that first batch of release of the VRs, they're going to double in price.
Oh, I see.
They're going to be on eBay, double the price, mate, because you've got to think we're going to come up to Christmas.
That'll fund the Pro.
I'm telling you now, mate. I won't sell mine.
When's the VR out? Early in mid-October?
October the 13th is the day.
So you've got about a month on...
It's 38 days, if you want to know.
Oh, okay. No, I mean from the release of the VR to the Pro.
November the 10th.
Yeah, so you've got about a month, haven't you?
October. It's exactly a month. It's just 4 weeks, isn't it? Anyway, anything else to add? I mean, let's be honest. I know that we're not... I don't think... And we've said this before, because I think a couple of people commented that people are being a bit negative on Facebook already, which is no surprise. But we actually said, how can you not say that little show there has come... There's not been a single negative in that entire thing. Nothing. No. Price. The other console for the cheaper people.
The specs are
really good.
It's pretty cool.
It runs 4K gaming, which is like blows everything out of the water. And nothing on that stage. If they'd have come on and said it was £500, you'd have gone, well, yeah, no, I'm not bothering quite yet.
And I think one of the main things I do remember, we did mention it earlier, was that they said that they're giving the developers freedom to create kind of... If you've got this machine, it'll work to its best capacity capacity. If you've got the Pro, it will work to the highest capacity of that
and
machine.
That's exactly what me and you said prior.
So it's like they're going to bring out 3 versions. It will probably the disc will know what to do.
There's 2 versions on one disc.
Yeah,
that's all it is. But if you think about it, ever since the rumours last year of Neo broke, they came out with that paper that Giant Bomb broke officially. When on that statement was the famous statement that from October the 1st they've got to make 2 versions. So developers have known it for over a year. And clearly, with games being already made for 4K, your FIFA, your COD...
Yeah, they've known.
Do
you know what? There's not been a lot of footage of FIFA out, and it's only out in 3 weeks.
No, but I bet you there will be now.
But, I know we're going to talk about this on Sunday, but we played Battlefield 1. Didn't we?
I've not put the video up because it's not very good, by the way, which is a shame. No, it's not that entertaining.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, there's not much banter because when you're playing a shooter,
it was quite good fun, and
it was fun, but it doesn't make good video because it's just me and you bantering and not concentrating. It's a bit difficult to do. It is, yeah. So then, guys, let us know your thoughts. We will be talking about it more on Sunday, getting the 2 other guys' views. But I'm super stoked. I think the price is absolutely bang on. The release date has amazed everybody. Just the whole thing. I will say I'm surprised they didn't mention any big blockbuster games, but it is what it is. They've told us games are being made. They've even admitted that the 4K games are coming this year. You
knew there was going to be no new games. It's just going to be, they're going to look better. They're going to play better.
And like we said in the middle of this little mini show, that the people making developers are releasing patches.
Yep.
Shadow of Mordor, for Christ's sake, how old's that? And can you imagine how that would look, by the way, in 4K and graphics? Lovely. Yeah.
Imagine if Konami could do
You need a 4K TV, my friend. That's
Why?
What your face stop is. You know what you want to do? Walk into the living room tonight, trip up, fall into the TV and knock it on the floor and say, oh,
No. Should we get the Wii out?
Yeah, what? Anyway, guys, let's close this down. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's just going on YouTube. I may stick it on the normal feed. It's only half an hour. I don't know yet. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, it should be up on YouTube. You should have listened to it by now. And there's no jingles or anything. It's just me and Ricky raw to bring you this, for me, super exciting show. Loved it. Till Sunday. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
Cranky Gamers. Awesome!